So Nia, what let's start with significant figures. Now, the logical way I like to think about significant figures, right, Nia? Um, it's only formal definition, but it helps me remember it. A significant number or figure is a number that if you remove, is gonna change the meaning. Let me give you an example. So, Nia, say we had 0.70, right? You with me?
Yes, sir.
If I remove the zero, that'll be 0.70. Do these things mean different things or do they mean the same thing?
They
Zero.
mean the same thing.
Exactly. So in that instance, I wouldn't say the zero there is significant. Check this one. If I had 579 and I remove this 9, would it still be 579 or would it change?
It will change.
Okay, cool. What about, I don't know, let me just say we had 0.5. You know, guys and bearings, you know how you would write the angle using three digits? Like let me just say I had a bearing at 65 degrees. You would say 0.65 degrees. Question, Nia, if I remove the zero, would it still mean 65?
Yes, it would.
So okay. Do you think this zero is a significant number then? Come on, yes or no?
No.
Nah, because if I remove it, it wouldn't change the meaning. So it's not that significant, is it?
No, it's not.
If I had something like 605 though, um, and you remove the zero, would it still be 605?
No,
Yeah or
it
no?
would. It
What,
would.
what about the rest of you guys? Guys, if I had 605, and I remove the zero, carry on, that's still gonna be 605?
No, sir.
No, so in this case, would you say the zero is a significant number?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because if I remove it, it's gonna change the whole meaning. But over here, if I remove the zero, is it gonna change anything or is it still gonna be 65?
It's still gonna be 65.
Exactly, it's still gonna be 65. So, question, everybody can answer this. Do you think the zero here is significant or not significant?
Not significant.
It's not significant. You think the zero here is significant?
Yes.
I would say it is. So let me give you a formal definition for significant figures. So, okay, so you can think of significant figures as positive integers. So let me just say n is an element of positive integers, right? So an example would be like um excluding one, right? I just put this right, write this here. Excluding, what's again? Excluding zero. So let me give you an example, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on and so forth. Zero is a significant figure conditionally. And I'll explain what I mean by that. So Nia, 1, 2, 3, 4, all of these numbers, right? All of these numbers, they are significant figures every single time. So 100% of the time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to infinity, they are significant figures, understand?
Yes, sir.
And if you're confused about what a z is, that z is integers. And the positive on top means positive integers. So an integer is a whole number. And 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. is a whole number. Whole numbers.
Yes, sir.
Right. And I said excluding zero because zero is only significant sometimes, not all the time. Right. So boom, check this. I'm telling you that 0 is significant if it is in between two significant figures. Can you give me an example where 0 will be sandwiched between two significant figures?
502.
Wait, I'm saying the 0 sandwiched between two significant figures. So if you tell me 5, 3, and 2, it don't have any zeros on that.
No, I say 502.
Oh, you said 5,
502.
2. Wait, so let me check something. Why is this Apple Pencil dead? One moment. Give me a second. So I suppose you have a hard time with rounding off, or not?
Not really.
So what about significant figures? It's very often.
Honestly, I just didn't do it in a while. If last time I ever do it was Palm Tree. So like I really forget.
Okay, well, this is nothing to worry about, as you will see. So in this case, the 5 is significant, the 0 is significant, and the 2 is significant. Let's look at another example. Let's just say we had 5 point, let me just say we had 5.702. Would you say that the 0 here is significant?
No.
What do you guys think?
Yes, I think it is significant.
I would say it is significant, right? Because that 0 is in between 7 and
2. Okay.
so that's what I'm saying. It would be significant if it's in between two significant figures. And like I was saying, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once it's a whole integer that is more than 0, it will always be significant.
Okay.
So the 5 is significant, the 0 is significant, when the 7 is significant, the 0 is significant, and the 2 is significant. Now let me give you some more examples. Let's just say we had 0.0701. Do you guys think the 1 is significant?
Yes.
Yes,
I would say the 1 is significant. Yeah, the 1 is significant. Do you think the 0 there is significant?
Yes.
What do you all think?
yes,
Right? Do you think the 7 is significant?
Yes.
Do you think this 0 is significant?
No.
No. Is it in between two non-zero numbers?
No. Just one.
And question, do you think this is significant, guys?
No.
Okay, well, I think we're okay with this then. What about, how do you all feel about significant figures? Okay, bad. Let me know, guys.
Good.
that is good.
Okay, okay. Nice. Nice. I see Nikel join. Nikel, what's your plan? You're good?
Yes, sir.
All right, Nikhil, let me throw you onto the spot real fast. I put you on the school. Let me see if you could dance. All right, mathematically speaking, that is. So let me just say we had 0.0. Give me a number. Those are almost 6, 7, eh? Those are almost 6, 7. Give me a number, a decimal. So 0.0
25.
Okay, cool. Do you think All right. Do you think that this 2 is significant?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's significant. Do you think this 5 is significant?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Cool. Now let me explain something that's a bit unusual. I don't think you'll know about this. Check this, right? Let's just say we had 0.0560. Did you all know that this is considered a significant number as well? Yeah, this over here is actually considered a significant number as well. So, Nikel, would you say that this 0 is a significant number? This one over here, the 0?
No, sir.
Nah, that's not a significant number. Not sig. Um, Nia, you think this is a significant number over here? That's 0.
No.
You think the 5 is significant?
Yes.
Right, so I could call that the first significant. Do you think the 6 is significant?
Yes.
And you guys probably didn't know this, but in the context here, the 0 is actually the third significant digit. Right, so you all think you could do some questions now on significant figures? Let me know, guys. I find the vibes real dead. What going on?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let's do some questions. So in CSEC, physics, maths, add maths, sometimes, well, in all of these practices, 3 significant figures is usually accepted. All right, let's just say we had 4.9082, and I tell you to round it off to 3 significant figures. So, who want to help me with this question? Anybody? Any volunteers? Videsh, I see you on mute. You want to help me with this?
Yeah.
All right, so what's the first significant figure?
9.
9? Nah, I wouldn't say 9 is the first significant figure. 9 is the first decimal place, not the first significant figure.
It will be the 4.
Yep, the 4 is the first significant figure. This is the first. What is the second significant figure? Do you know?
The 9
Yeah, the 9.
and then the 0.
Cool. And we want to round up to 3 significant figures. So what are we going to round up or round down? Which digits? So
The
which
0.
the 0? Yes. Everybody understand that? We want to round to 3 significant figures. So we are really trying to locate the third significant figure. Sachin, you'll do one with me just now, but let me know if you're confused, or if you understand. Sachin?
Yes, sir.
Alright, so Sachin, when you look at 4.9082, what's the third significant figure?
It'll be 0.
What's the number after 0?
8.
8. Aha. When you're rounding off, you add a value if the number is what? You're looking to see if it's what?
You can repeat that, sir?
Okay, so how would I know if to round up or round down the 0?
You look at the
You're gonna look at the 8. Now,
yeah.
8. Let me ask you that question, right? If you had $18 and somebody asked you to say approximately how much you have, you could tell them.
Yes, sir. Yes, I can't hear. Hold on.
All
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Sachin, if you had like I don't know, $18 and somebody
Yeah.
say, hey, how much money how much money you have approximately? Just give me an approximate. How much you might tell them?
20.
You might tell them 20, right? If you had 19, how much you could tell them?
Yeah, 20.
If you had like $11, how much you could tell them you have?
10.
You could tell them you have 10 approximately. So
Yeah.
here what? Once it's 5 or more, you round up. So the 8 is more than 5, so I'll change the 0 here to what?
1.
Correct. So once it's more than or equal to 5, you round up. So what would the answer for that be then?
4.9182.
No, 4.91. Because we
Oh,
round up. So I add
oh,
1 to the 0 and drop everything after.
yes, I understand now.
That's okay. I'm happy to hear you understand. So here, instead of 3 significant figures, I'll tell me how much significant figures all I want now. What to do?
What are 0?
Wait a minute. Pause 0.
910.
You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Yeah. So this question was to round 3 significant figures. What do you want me to do next? Round to what?
5.
9 significant figures, but we don't have 9 significant figures, so I can't do
No,
that.
sir. Not all.
Here, let me try 2 significant figures. I'm gonna use the same example. Can anybody locate the second significant figure for me here? What's the second significant figure here?
The 9.
9.
Everybody seen that, right? This is the first one here, and this is the second. Is everybody okay with that?
Yes, sir.
Right. So we're gonna round up or round down over the what digit?
If round up the first digit.
The first digit, nah. Now, okay, so it's 2 significant figures. So you're gonna round up or round down the second significant figure. What's the second significant figure? Is it 4 or is it 9?
9.
9.
Is 9. So we're gonna do what to the 9? Round up or round down?
Round down.
Yeah. Because let me ask you a question. What is the number after the 9?
0.
The 0. Isn't 0 less than 5?
Yeah.
So when I round this down, it'll just be 4.9. If it is less than 5, you drop everything after and you don't add any value to the number you're rounding up or rounding down. So let me explain. If it's 2 significant figures, what number am I gonna round off? The which number?
The second.
The second significant number. What's the second significant number here?
The 9.
The 9. Right? The number after 9 was 0. So is 0 more than or equal to 5?
No.
Nah, so you round down. So let me try to 1 significant figure now. Anybody can tell me the first significant figure here?
4.
I feel like that's an easy one, right? Okay. What's the number after 4?
9.
And 9 is what?
More than 5.
More than or equal to 5. Therefore, are we going to do round up or round down?
Round up.
So if I round up, what will happen?
4 times 5.
Exactly, 5. And notice, if they ask me for 2 significant figures, I typically put my answer, I put 2 significant figures in my answer. If they ask you to round it off to 1 significant figure, then in my answer, how much significant figures will I write?
1.
1. Over here, it said 3 significant figures. How much significant figures did I write in my final answer?
3.
3. Hope you understand. Okay, I'm going to give you all one, and I'm giving you 1 minute or probably less. I want you to round this off to 4 significant figures to me. Come on. 4 significant figures. Cool. All right, but Nia, if you like, you okay with significant figures?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Lyndon, how are you?
Yeah, good.
Wait, that's your name or like? Because I feel like your mom has a different name.
My name is Simultaneous.
Say that again.
It is Lyndon.
Just Lyndon.
Yeah.
Give me a second. Was it you that had sent a message to and I didn't get a response? Because on WhatsApp, I think obviously it was Aditya.
I'm a middle name.
Oh, okay. Okay. I see. Right, so here, you're gonna help me with this question. So question 5, you went around and talked of 4 significant figures. You think you can tell me the first significant figure by chance?
4.
4. That's an easy one. 4. Right? What's the second significant figure?
9.
9, that's correct. What's the third significant figure?
0.
And the fourth one?
8.
So which digit here are we gonna round off?
9 and 8.
Wait, let's take your time. We want to round off to what? We're gonna round off to. Read that for me.
4 significant figures.
Right, so we're gonna round off the which figure? The first significant figure, the second significant figure. Which one?
The fourth.
The fourth. What's the fourth digit?
8.
8. So we're gonna round off 8. Good. So guess I could put an arrow here. 8. What is the number after 8?
2.
2.
Yeah.
Marks that question. You think you're gonna round up or round down?
Round up.
Here what? Let me get a little example, right? Let me just say you had $12 in your pocket. And I
Yeah.
ask you, hey, somehow, like, okay, approximately how much money you have? What you tell me?
10.
You might tell me 10, right? So if I
Yeah.
have 4.9082, are you gonna say you have 4.909? Or would you just say you have 4.908? Okay, if you're not seeing the like similarity, let me show you something, right? Watch. Figure about this, right? Imagine you had $82 in your pocket, right? 82.
Yeah.
That's approximately what? 82 is approximately what?
80.
80, right? So you drop the 2 and you just say 4.908. Understand?
Yeah.
So if this number here, after the number you're trying to round off, is less than 5, you're gonna drop everything after that, and you wouldn't add anything to the 8. So you tell me what I should write as my answer then.
4.908.
That's it? 4.908. That's all. If it had like a 7 here though, what would I do?
You had a round up.
I'll change our 8 to what?
Listen.
It's not hard. You could figure that out. I would change our 8 to what?
1.
Nah. Imagine you had $87 in your pocket, right? $87 in your pocket. And ask
Yeah.
you, hey, how much money you have approximately? You could tell me.
80. 90.
You could
No,
tell me
80.
90. Nah, 90. 90. You could
90.
tell me?
Okay.
Because 87 real close to 90.
Yeah. Yeah.
So basically what I'm trying to say, right? If this number is more than or 5, you're gonna add 1 to this number. So in the case where this was 0.9087, What would I do to the 8? I would change the 8 to what? Alright, so let's just say instead of 2, you had 7 over here.
Yeah.
Am I gonna round up the 8 or round down the 8?
Up.
So I would change the 8 to what? What's the next whole number after 8?
9.
9, that's it. That's all.
Up.
If it was 0, 8, 5, would I round up 8 or round down 8?
Keep it 8 because like
Nah, you would round up. If it is 5 or more, you round up. So I would change that 8
from
to
5.
what? Yeah. I would change that 8 to what?
9.
9. If it was 0.81, would I round up the 8 or round down the 8?
Wrong.
I will leave the 8 or I'll change it.
Leave it.
I will leave it. Good. Hear what? I don't feel 100% confident. So I feel like we have some work to do. So let me do some work. Right? You're gonna help me with some questions. People in class, be honest with me, they understanding this thing or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I hear somebody real laughing there. Are you alright?
Nah, sir, I don't think I funny joke.
You can tell me. Tell me.
No, sir, at that time I was playing football. One of my friends get the one and he couldn't follow inside that train.
Hold on, I'm gonna drain.
Yeah.
I remember that time I was playing football and this dog ran away with the man's slippers. Yeah,
That happened to me, I know too.
and that was real kicks. The man had to run after the dog, yes. Up to now, we have find our slippers.
Way, like problems.
And that was like, what, 7 years ago?
I don't go on with that slippers.
Probably, yeah. So here what? I want a little round this off to 3 significant figures and Lyndon gonna help me with this. Lyndon, you're gonna help me with this. After today, you're not gonna leave here confused. So tell me, Lyndon, let me see if you fully understand anything. What's the first significant figure there?
6.
Okay, hey, I had to give Lyndon some credits. So Lyndon, I was worried that some other that said the zeros is the first significant figure, but no, it don't work like that. Right? So yeah, big up yourself. So this is the first significant figure, right? What's the second significant figure?
4.
What? But which digit are we trying to round off? The first, the second, the third, right? The third, yeah. The third digit is 8. What's the number after 8?
Okay.
2.
Oh yeah, 2, yeah.
2. So if that is the case, you think we should round up 8 or round down 8? What do you think we should do? So the number after 8 is 2. I agree we should round down. So you tell me what I should write for my final answer.
6.
Now take your time. Yeah. You had to include the 0.00.
Oh,
Forget that. Yeah. Call it out.
0.00
Mm-hmm.
6 4 3
Take your
8
time. Wait,
8
so 0.06 what?
4 8.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. So again, if any of y'all are confused, Nia, if you're confused, right? Lyndon, stay unmuted. Watch this, guys. Nia, we were trying to round off the what digit here? Which digit?
The third digit.
Not just the third digit, the third significant digit. What was the third significant digit?
The third significant digit is 8.
What was the number after 8?
2.
2. So that's the case. 2 is more than 5 or less than 5?
Less than 5.
So we'll round up or round down?
Round down.
Exactly, we'll round down, which is just 0.00648. Right, Lyndon, you're getting it, but I still don't feel as confident as I want to. And I know you can get it. So let me just say we had this might be a tricky one. Alright, so Lyndon, which I'm not gonna baby you anymore. I'm taking off your training wheels. You tell me, right, Lyndon? What digit here am I trying to round off? Which digit?
The second line.
Ah, the second 9. Cool. This 9 over here you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
What's it do next?
Yeah, is more than 5, so yeah, add 1.
Right? So I'm gonna add 1 to what?
39.
Ah, when I add 1 to the 9 gonna turn to what?
10. But
Gonna turn to 10. So you go parallel 10 here, right? You cross the 1, and where that 1 gonna go to now?
the other 9.
The other 9. And that gonna turn to what now?
10.
Right? Cool. So the 0 go there, and then the 1 will go to the 0. So let me see if you can tell me the final answer then. I know you can do it. Think. You could do it.
0.19.
Now take your time. Remember, we had like a chain of addition there. So like this was more than or equal to 5, right? And you see in that was more than or equal
Yeah.
to 5. So we had added 1 to the 9. So that had turned to what now? 9 plus 1 is what? 9 plus 1 is 10, right? 10.
Yeah, and then
So
so the 0.
right? So this will this turn to 0, and the 1 move across here. But then 9 plus 1 is 10. So we have 10 here. So the 0 went here. And then the 1 went here. So 0.1.
0.100.
That could work. If you want, you could just write 0. You could just write this is fine. You could write 0.1 if you wanted, 0.10, 0.100. All of that is fine. Right? I feel like we should do another one like this and I should call on somebody else. Right? Here what? Lyndon, you understand how we do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, sir.
Okay, call on somebody to be a victim. Call on somebody.
Me? I'm not calling on anybody that I do it.
You don't want to make no enemies.
Yeah, I can.
Like small thing, but you do it for the benefit. You might make a friend, who knows? Call on somebody random. Call on somebody.
Why I have to call on somebody?
pick somebody. Pick a random
You
person.
pick somebody. You just pick somebody.
Me?
I let you pick.
Alright. Yo, you give me a letter. You give me a random letter. Lyndon, give me a
A.
random letter. A. Amira.
Oh gosh.
And here what Amira, you're the only person in this class who names starting with an A. So you see what going on there. Lyndon.
But I remember you talk to me about again, right?
So I just say A because A is the first letter of the alphabet.
And Amira is the only person in class. I'm joking. Yeah. So Amira, let me just say we had 7.999. And I tell you, I want you to round this off to 3 significant figures. What's the first thing you're gonna look for?
You're going to try to get the significant figures, which is So I think the third significant figure is 9.
Which 9? This 9 over here?
No, sir, the second one.
So this is the first, this is the second, and this is the third.
Yeah.
What is the number after 9?
So it's 9. So we're gonna add 1 because it's more than 5.
And I add 1 to what?
To the second 9
Yeah.
and the 9.
But what I will turn to now?
10.
I will turn to 10. Across the one, I'm going to put the 1 now.
You're gonna add it to the second 9.
The second 9, you mean the first 9?
Yes, well, so the 9 with the second underneath it is what I'm talking about.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, when I add 1 to that, what happen?
It will turn to 10.
What happen next?
Then you're going to add 1 to the 7.
Yep. So what's the final answer?
8.1. 8.00.
Yep. Big up, big up. That's it. That is it. So Lyndon, you see how similar this question was? So Lyndon, see if you can explain the steps for this. And Amira, see if he's saying sense or if he's saying something that little sus. But Lyndon, try to explain this. I try to explain this to my question 8.
So you're trying to find for 3 significant figures, and the third one is 9,
Mm-hmm.
and the number after 9 is 9. So it's more than 5. So you had to add 1, and to the previous 9, I guess 0, and the 9 before is 10 again. You get 0 again, and then take the 1 and add it to the 7, and yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Good job. Right? Good job. Sachin, you there?
Yes, sir.
Sachin, I'm looking at you now. You had to get one correct. You had to
I
get
will
one
try.
correct. Nah, nah, those say things like you go try, you will get through.
Alright, now, sir. Hold on. I will get correct.
That is good. That is good.
Alright.
Nia, you find like this easy or you find it hard?
Yeah, it's easy.
Good, good. I say not to shame you or anything. I just saying like I just want to know, right? I think this is one of the. I think like this will make you learn real fast.
Yeah, it was just to go over it because I didn't do it in a real long while.
That's not a problem. Happy to hear that you go with it. So let me just say 3 significant figures again. Okay, so Sachin, what is the third significant figure?
0.
What is the second significant figure? Wait, you said the first significant figure was 0?
Oh, sorry. First, sorry. I said 3.
Wait, take your time. So like, let me just start back. What is the first significant figure?
3.
Right? What is the second significant figure?
0.
Which year? This one?
No, so the one after the 3.
Right? What to do next?
Find the third significant figure.
So which one will be the third significant figure? This one over here? Ultima.
The 0 after the point.
Right, the 0 after the point. Good. This will be the third one. What next?
Yeah, you had to round it off.
Round it. So, which digit are rounded off? I rounded up the 3, the 0, or the 0. Which one? A real
The
question, isn't
second
it?
0.
Like I interrogate in here. This 0 here, right?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And we're gonna round it up or round it down.
Run it up.
Good, round it up. Right, because the number after is
0.
nah.
Wait, hold on.
Determine like okay,
Max. Wait, hold on. Sorry. The number after is 5. 5.
5, right? 5. 5. So what we're gonna do to what we're gonna do to the 0? If we're rounding up.
Okay, to the next whole number.
What is the next whole number after 0?
1.
So what is the answer I should put?
330.100.
Nice, fine, equal to 3.1. So like typically how this is work, if this is my third significant figure, I'll go up to that point. Right? And I wouldn't put any more zeros. Like look at this too. It was 3 significant figures, and in my final answer I put like 3 significant figures. Hope that makes sense. You with more now. Be honest, be real honest. Don't lie.
Master, I with you.
Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna move on from significant figures. And if you like, well, you're okay with it or no. If you're not okay with it, just tell me, You don't need to be ashamed about. But don't lie. Let me know. What's going on? Nickel, you're good? Like
Yes,
100?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Taking your word for it, Jashon, I see you reach a little late. You alright, Jashon?
Yes, sir.
Jashon, you know long I didn't hear from you. Where's your word? Like, are you sure everything alright?
Yes, I going good too.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Jashon, quick quiz. Was he fourth significant figure? Come on fast, Jashon. Was he fourth significant figure?
9.
Alright. What is the second significant figure?
0.
Okay. Pick up Jashon. Alright. Look, Sheena here too. Sheena, you good?
So second time, but I'm alive.
Second high?
No, I say second dying, but I'm alive.
That is not good. I hear phone ringing too. Hey boy, can't get a break. Alright. Let's move on to standard form now. And that's where you wanted to put standard form.
Yes, sir.
Physics people pay attention as well. So we're gonna look at standard form. And standard form is also called what? Does anybody know the other terminology for scientific form? Oh, I think I told you the answer. I said scientific form just now. Oh my god. I need to wash my mouth, but there's the other way you could say it. Scientific notation. I didn't know that these two were the same thing or no? I thought it was like different things.
Same thing.
Same thing? Alright, cool. So let me give you a couple examples and I'll stick. Let's just say we had 7, 5, 9, 3, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Wouldn't it be nice if I had like a real easy way to write that instead of writing so much zeros?
Yeah.
So here we gonna do. When you're writing something in standard form of scientific notation, you want to take the decimal place and shift it right before the first significant number. That's what you want to do. Anybody in class, could you all identify what's the first significant number here? The first significant number. Does anybody know?
7.
7.
7.
Right, 7. This is the first significant figure. Now, can anybody tell me where the decimal place is located here? You're not seeing one, but where is it located? Is the decimal place secretly over here? Or is it over here? Where's the decimal place? You're not seeing it, but where do you think it is? To the far left or to the far right?
To the far left.
Nah, not to the far left.
Oh, sorry, so right.
So we're gonna hear what? Nia, I'm going to shift and I want you to tell me when to stop. Again, we are stopping right before the first significant figure, which is, what's the first significant figure?
7.
Right, so you tell me when to stop. So I shift one to the left, another 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 one to the left. You want to stop here?
Yeah.
Okay. So how much spaces did I move to the left?
7.
7, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
I went 8 spaces to the left. Now, generally speaking, if I move to the left, would you all say is that positive power or negative power?
Negative.
Nah, positive power. And here's how I want you to think about it, right? Like, an easy way to think about it, if it's a positive power, you're making the number bigger. So here what? If you move to the right, what kind of power you think it'll have by the 10? You'll take a guess. If left is positive, what do you think to the right would be?
Negative.
Negative.
And if you raise something to a negative power, are you making the number bigger or smaller?
Smaller.
Yeah. Advanced people, do you know if you have a negative power, it's actually a fraction? You have to reciprocate the number. So let me show you what would happen here. So we took the decimal place, which was to the far right, and we shifted it 8 spaces to the left. So, Nia, where's the decimal place now?
In between the 7 and the 5.
Right, so I'll write 7 point what?
7.5.
9,
9. 3.
3. You could leave this, you gotta call these zeros, right? And I'm gonna multiply this by 10 to what power? So, here what, right? If you are multiplying by a positive power, the positive power is gonna shift back the decimal places in the other direction. So we had originally moved 8 spaces to the left, so we have to multiply by 10 to what power to shift it back?
So can you repeat, please?
Okay, so we shifted the decimal places 8 spaces to the left, so I'll multiply by 10 to what power to get it back?
To the power of 8.
Correct. Here's a logical way to think about it. I want you to look at this number carefully, right? Or do you think this is a big number or a small number? What do you think? Look at this. What do you
A
all
big number.
Nico, you think this is a big number or a small number?
A big number.
If you had that amount of money in the bank account, do you feel like you're gonna work for the rest of your life?
Never.
Nah, I would not work either. Actually, I'd probably teach for free. But that's a big number. Everybody could agree that's a big number, right? Yeah, no, maybe.
Yes, sir.
Okay, which number is bigger? Nikhil, which number bigger? 7.593 or whatever this number is?
The other number, not 7.593.
That is actually 759,300,000. So yeah, Nikhil, and this number is obviously bigger than this number.
Yes, sir.
So here what? I want you to think, right? If I want to multiply this by something to get back this, wouldn't you have to multiply this by Okay, when you see 10 to the power 8, do you all know what that means? Do you all know what 10 to the power 8 means or no? Be honest. Nickel, do you know what 10 to the power 8 means or not?
I think so. Just like 10 squared, yeah. Had to multiply
Multiplied by itself how much times?
8 times.
Correct. Guys, Chiron, did you know that 10 to the power 8 just means 10 by 10 by 10 by 10 by 10 by itself 8 times? I didn't hear,
Yeah.
but okay. Vani, Videsh, Sachin, Nia, do you all understand that 10 to the power 8 just means 10 by itself 8 times? Yeah?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Let me ask you that, let me ask you that question. You think 10 by itself 8 times is going to be a small number or a big number?
A big number.
Yeah, that's going to be a number with how much zeros? If I multiply 10 by itself 8 times, that'll be a number with how much zeros in it? I promise it's not a trick question. The answer in front there.
8.
8. Yes. Although, I'm not trying to trick you know. If you have 8, okay, if you multiply 10 by itself 8 times, how many zeros you have? And I promise it's not a trick question. Videsh. Watch. I'm going to spell it out for you, right? I'm going to put 10 by 10 by 10 by 10 by 10 by 10. A little, I want to stop, right? So my one is 8. Wait, but I go past 8. I had to
Nah,
stop
sir,
here.
sir.
Okay. How many zeros is in there? I'll tell me. How many zeros are you in here?
8.
8. Do you all think that's a big number or a small number?
Big.
I only hearing one person, you know. I'll think that. But if okay, I'll think this is a big number or a small number. If you multiply 10 by itself 8 times, you think that's a big number or a small number?
A big number.
A big number.
So here's my logic. Here's how I'm thinking. If I have 7.593, what am I trying to get back? What number am I trying to get back? What we start off with? At the start of the question, what number we had? What number did we have? I know it's kind of hard to see, but split it up into 3 parts. What number is that?
759300000.
I see you give up on saying it. That is anybody can tell me what that is?
Sir, I am 759,300,000.
Right. Right. And it's crazy to think that I have people on this earth that have more money than that. It's crazy. It's crazy. But and USD as well, eh? But hear what I'm saying, right? Did we start off with a really big number or a really small number?
A really big
Small.
number.
You hey, somebody just said small. This looking like a small number, ole. The point is that is not a small number. So here's what. If I want to multiply 7.593 to get back this really big number, it makes sense that I'll use a positive power because a positive power means I have 10 by 10 by 10 by 10 by whatever, and when I multiply that by 7.593, that's going to shift back the decimal places to give me the original thing. But logically, I hope it makes sense because if I have to multiply this to get this big number, do you think I'll multiply 7.593 by a small number or a big number to get back this? What do you think?
A big number.
Big number.
A big number, right? And think about it in your head. We shifted the decimal places 8 spaces to the left. So to undo that, I'll have to multiply by 10 by itself 8 times to shift back the decimal place to get back the original thing. So that's why I said if it's a positive power, you're going to get a bigger number back. If it's a negative power, you're going to get a smaller number back. So let's look at another example just to cement this, reinforce it in your head. Here, I'll give my number. Give my number. Give my number, guys. We have a big number. Somebody give my number. I'm waiting, guys. Come on. Okay, better question. Call out how much money you wish you had in your bank account. Wait, boy, are they so quiet after that? Wait. Tough crowd, tough crowd.
5 million, man.
You wish you had 5 million in your bank account? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, if I want to write this in standard form, you tell me, Joshua, what am I gonna do? So tell me, Joshua, where is the decimal place right now? Where is the decimal place? You're not seeing it, but where is it right now?
Yeah, after the 5.
Wait till now. So the decimal place, you're not seeing it, but it exists to the far right. So Joshua, the decimal
Yeah,
place,
after this year.
right, that's where it is right now. But you want to take that decimal place and put it where? Where do you want to take that decimal place and put it?
After the 5.
Right. So how much space is it I shift the decimal place?
6.
I shifted it 6 spaces, right? And that was 6 to the right or 6 to the left?
If what?
Did I shift it 6 spaces to the left or 6 spaces to the right?
To the left.
So then what am I going to write for my answer?
5 by 5 multiplied by 10 to the power 6.
Yep, that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Does anybody know what 10 to the power 6 is? What's 10 to the power 6? What does that represent? What number? What number has 6 zeros on it?
So 1 million.
A million?
Yes, a million. And if you multiply 5 by a million, what do you get? What's 5 by a million?
5.
5
Right.
million?
Exactly, which is what we started with. So we looked at positive powers. Generally speaking, if you start off with a really big number, well, the decimal place will be to the far right, and you have to shift it before the first significant figure. Cool. Here's what. Let me combine significant figures and standard form now to give you all a question. Question 3. So write the following number. Okay, guys, give that a go. I'm giving you all 1 minute because I think y'all could tackle this real fast. Go. So write the following number in standard form to 3 significant figures. Do you all have any idea as to what I mean when I say that? Or no? Sienna, do you understand what I mean when I say that? To write it in standard form and round it off to 3 significant figures?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, the time is up. Did anybody get through?
Me.
Yes,
done?
sir.
I hear Josh and get through. I hear Shane get through. Anybody else get through?
Me.
Videsh get through. Nice.
Yes, sir.
See, I get through. Nick,
Mm.
Nikhil, do you feel like you get through or not?
Yes, sir.
All right. Sachin, be honest with me. You get through. You're kind of stuck.
So I'm gonna like I know I don't, but at the same time I don't know how to do it.
That's okay. I'll try to help you. Anybody else didn't get through? Is there anybody else that didn't get through? Don't feel shame on saying, I'm here to help you guys, I'm here to help. Amira, Lyndon, Nicole.
Yes, sir. I said I get through.
I
Okay.
get you.
Right. And Vani, I know Vani's be real quiet. Vani, you good?
Yes, I get you.
Vani, you gotta speak up a little more and sing. Wait,
Sorry,
Vani?
my throat kind of still giving trouble.
Oh, okay, I see. So here was Sachin. The first part of the question says we have to write it in what?
Standard form.
Right. Do you know what standard form is?
I never really do it in school, but I have idea.
Okay, let me explain, right? In this question, give me one moment. Okay, when you see standard form, what you really want to do, you want to have some number, just call the number n, multiply by 10 to some power n. That's the form you want to get it in. So let me explain. So Sachin,
Yes, sir.
we started off with this number over here, right? I'm not sure what number that is. Let me see. That looking like, oh wait, that was the 759 million. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sachin, you start off with this number. But in standard form, you want to express some number multiply by 10 to some power. You'll see what I mean. So when you look at this, right, are you seeing any decimal places? Yes or no? Be honest. You seen any?
Yes, sir.
Where?
Far right after the last zero.
Okay, that's correct. And so what we want to do is we want to take that decimal place and put it right before the first significant figure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I shifted the decimal space 8 spaces to the
left.
To the left. If it's to the left, it's gonna be 10 to a positive power. So I took my decimal place and I shifted it over here. So it's now 7.593. You don't have to write the zeros. Multiplied by 10 to the power positive 8. Why is it positive 8? Because we shifted the decimal place 8 spaces to the left. Left is positive power, right is negative power. So let's apply that same concept in this question. You're not seeing it, but where is the first decimal place?
Well, leave it to the right.
So over here?
Oh, sorry. To left.
No, you see, it's the correct thing, And I make you switch
Okay.
up your answer. You gotta be confident in your answer. So like this is far left. You tell me the correct thing the first time. This is the far right, and you were correct.
Yeah.
So where do I have to put that decimal place?
After the 9.
Right before the 9. After the 9 will be,
Oh, that.
well,
Yeah.
to be honest, English so frustrating. But yeah. So you tell me when to stop, right?
Yes, sir.
I should stop here or
No. Stop.
cool. So let me ask that question. We shifted the decimal place to the left or to the right?
To the left.
Everybody seeing that? To the left, right? But how much space is to the left?
9.
Everybody get 9? People who got through, they got 9 or no?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So Adrian, you're going good. So what would I write here now? You tell me what to write, Adrian. What's in Adrian? Sachin. Don't know where I get that from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
9.712
Mm-hmm.
8340.
I mean 83004. So
Wait.
let me explain something, right? If the 0 is like in between a number, you have to put it, right? If it's not in between, you don't have to put it like this. You see the 0 here to the end, you don't have to put it. Right. And
Yeah.
I would multiply this by 10 to what power?
9.
But if you read the question a bit further, it said in standard form to what? To what?
The 3 significant figures.
To 3 significant figures. That's important. So you're going to look at this now and you're going to round this off to 3 significant figures. What is the first significant figure here?
9.
So you keep going. What next?
7 and 1.
Stop there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I should stop here. Why? Because this is my third significant figure. Cool. What am I looking for? What am I looking at? What am I looking at?
Yeah, look at the 2.
I have to look at it too. What is so important about this two?
I'll tell you whether to round up or round down.
Correct. Should I round up or round down?
Round down.
So what should I write as my answer?
9.7.
Not so. Okay. We wanted to round off the third significant figure. So we're looking at the 1 here. The number here is 2, which is less than 5. So are we going to add anything to 1?
No, sir.
No. So I'll just write back the 1 and I'll drop everything after. So just 9.71. Right? What next?
That would be it.
Right? By 10 to the power 9. Persons I got through, did you all get the answer? 9.71 by 10 to the power 9?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Sachin, take a good look at this. Remember, I'm gonna give you alright.
Yes, I already looked.
Alright? Now let's make things a bit harder for you all. Somebody go crazy with decimals. Give me like a crazy, ugly decimal. Do that for me. It's not hard enough. Just somebody just give me something with a decimal.
Mm, 4.23.
Nah, the answer would be like that one. You still know the answer. You still know the answer. Yeah, like if it's almost 4 point something, that already in standard form.
Okay. Okay, well, 4, 5, 2, 3.
Don't forget the decimals. Go crazy with the decimals. 4.5, 4.452, yeah.
Point 6.
And let's just say I wanted to write it in standard form.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 3SF. So here what? You wanna write it in standard form and then round it off, or you wanna do it like in one shot.
Step by step.
No problem. So the first thing we should do is write it in standard form. So is this in standard form?
No.
Guys, is this in standard form? Come on.
No, sir.
No. Nia, if I want to put it in standard form, where should I put the decimal place?
You should put it by the first significant figure, which is in between the 4 and the 5. So it'll be
Right.
4.5.
So you want to put it over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So if I were to do that, it now becomes what?
4.526.
By 10 to what power?
By 3.
Are you okay with that? 10 to the power 3? I wonder if are okay with that. Or if something a bit sus.
But we moved two
So 10 to the
places
power 2.
to the.
Oh, shucks.
So Nia, take your time. Nia, don't be man thing, you know. If I was in your shoes, every time I hop, I can put one. I'll put one here, I'll put two here. Right. Two
Yes.
spaces to the left. No. They wanted us to round it off to three significant figures as well. So I want you and Sachin to conspire. Not sure that's the proper word to use there. But tell me, Sachin and Nia, what I had to do next?
Counting significant figures, which should be 4 as the first one.
Wait, 4 is the first one. Sachin, what's the other significant figure?
The significant figure will be 5.
But we're looking at which significant figure, guys? Nia and Sachin, which significant figure are we looking at?
The third
The
one.
third one.
Which is the third one?
2.
2.
What next?
So now we have to look at the 6 to see if we have to round up or down.
Sachin, what do you feel we should do? Round up or round down?
Round up.
So what are we turn to?
The 2 will turn into a 3.
So what's right? Tell me the final answer. Tell me the final answer.
4.53 multiplied by 10 to the power 2.
Yeah, you think that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's correct. Nice. Teamwork. I fed up with positive powers. I will look at negative powers now. Let me just say we had 0.00027. You know what? So here what? I want you to write that in standard form. Just standard form. Oh, you think that's in standard form right now?
No,
No, sir.
Nah. What we gotta do there?
we have to find the first significant figure, which is 2,
Right?
and put a decimal point in between the 2 and the 6.
That's correct. That's it. So we ideally want to put the decimal place over here, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Alright, so how would I have to shift? To the left or to the right?
You'll have to go to the right.
So you tell me when to stop. And I wait to count, right? So that was 1.
Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop.
And that was 4 to the 1.
Huh?
And that's 4 in what direction?
Oh, for right.
That's 4 to the right. Cool. So when I'm writing my answer, it really should be. It should be what? Nia.
It'll be 2.67 by
Oh, I hear what she said. Very boy, Nia, boy.
yeah
I
by
set you up.
10. Yeah, you did.
10
By
to,
10 to the power of -4.
can anybody explain why we write in -4 as opposed to +4?
So because they carry any points to the right.
Yep, that's correct. If you move into the right, Sachin, if you move into the right, negative power.
Yes, sir.
Sachin, no, you did not escape. I'm going to give you one. Hey, what?
Huh?
I want one of to come up with a question for Sachin. Somebody. Are they real moving quiet, but like, they don't want to make no ops at all?
0 point. No, wait. 0 point 0 0 0, 0, 0, 5, 2, 3.
This just looking hard enough, but it's very, very straightforward. Very, very, very easy. So, Sachin, would you say that this is in standard form right now?
No, sir.
Nah, what to do?
Yeah, they move the decimal point to the right.
I don't move it to the right. How much space is to the right?
6.
6. Let me see.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. W's in the chat for Sachin, guys. W's in the chat for Sachin. Yeah. 6 to the right. Here, all is the future, let her hype up each other, life is about being social, like connecting with other humans. I gotta pick up the Dan, you know what I mean? He do good. Don't worry. Anybody in class here does feel envious as opposed to happy for others? I used to feel like that at some point in my life. But like, what about all y'all? Anybody here is like feel envious sometimes? I suppose not. Everybody here is like support each other and be happy for each other, or not? I don't know. Sienna, you seem like a positive person. You seem like, you know, like rainbow and sunshines. I don't know. I just get like a positive vibe from you, so that makes sense.
Yes, I'm very positive. Very good.
Jashan, you just be happy when others win ways. Feel a little envious. Jashan's staying quiet, so I don't know. But anyways, yes, Sachin, we move 6 to the right. So there's a positive power and negative power.
Negative.
All right. So you tell me what I should write for my answer. What should I write?
5.23 multiply by 10 to the power negative 6.
That's all. That's literally it. That's it. Let me give you all a question now. I want you to write it in standard form, as well as 3 significant figures. So go. I'm giving you 1 minute. Again, I want you to write it in standard form, 3 significant figures. All right, so the time is up. Did anybody get through?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
If you think you get through, send me a picture and I'll tell you if you're correct. Everybody send my picture. Let me see what they do. Let me see what's going on. Right here, let me see what happened, Andy. There's a 9 or a 4.
If you're talking about by the 10, that's a 4.
All right, cool. Yeah, the answer is correct. Good job. Sheena, that's correct as well. Videsh, yep, that's correct. Sienna, that's correct. Chiron, there's that looking like a G, but I feel like there's a 9. Chiron, that's a 9.
Yes, it's a 9. Yeah, it's a 9.
That's the first time I see a student writing a 9 like that. That's interesting though. But you know, people try to hand like this.
Yes, sir.
I try my hand like that, so I suppose that makes sense. Okay. Sachin, let me see what happened there. Sachin, you was close. You was close. Making progress. Right, Vani, that's correct. So Sachin, let me run through your answer and see what was wrong.
Yes, sir.
So Sachin, what's the first step?
You're moving the small points.
Stopping there, we move how much spaces to the right.
4.
Cool. So what is the answer now become?
9.0123847.
By 10 to what power?
By the power
Multiply by 10 to the power
-4.
Yeah. Now they wanted the 3 significant figures, so we have to identify the first significant figure. What is the first significant figure?
9.
What is the second significant figure?
0.
Third one?
1.
So here what? What is the number we're trying to round up or round down? Which number there?
Which are round down is 0.
Nah. Okay, I think I see what confusion here.
Hold on, sir.
It
The
says
1, the 1.
it says 3 significant figures. So you want to round off the third significant figure. So we are looking at the which digit? Which digit here are we looking at?
The 2.
Wait. Which one we trying to round up or round down?
Which are round down the 1.
You know what? I shouldn't say like that. Which one we trying to round off?
1.
1. Trying to round off 1. Good. What is the number we're looking at that's next to the 1?
2.
We're looking at 2. What do you notice about 2?
It's smaller than 5.
Right, so less than 5. So if that is the case, am I going to round up 1?
Nah, yeah, round down.
Or round down? So you tell me what my answer should be.
9.00.
Nah. Alright, so round down doesn't mean that's it. If you're rounding down, all you're gonna do, so here what, right? Since this number is less than 5, I'm going to drop all these numbers here, and that's all. That's literally it. So Okay, since this is less than 5, all you're gonna do is drop these numbers here. That's it. You're not gonna add 1 to the 1, you're not gonna take away 1, you're just gonna leave it and get rid of all of this. So the answer should be what?
9.01 multiply 10 to the power negative 4.
Correct, that's it. Yeah. You okay with that?
Yes, sir.
Bet. Okay, so I'll call that D when it comes to standard form, right? C and I ready to grind simultaneous equations.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who in class here has problems with simultaneous equations?
For me,
Amira has trouble with that. Fidesh has trouble with that. Anybody else?
I think I just need some practice.
Okay, no problem. All right. Come on, man. That's just generating some problems. So in CSEC maths, typically you have to deal with linear equations, right? Typically you have to deal with linear equations with two linear equations, meaning anything from y is equal to mx plus c or ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, you know? So you can just typically use elimination for most of the time. I feel like I just don't say those words and they scare a bunch of people. Are they all right or no? Guys? Everybody okay?
Yes, sir. Good.
yes, sir.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
If all they have to say, what do you prefer, elimination or substitution?
Elimination.
Same, I prefer elimination. It's much easier. So let me give you all some questions real quick. So let me go to that scenario, right? Let me just say you go into a store and you pick up oranges. Yeah, you pick up oranges O and you pick up grapes G. And let me just say it come up to $15, right? Let me just say you go on home and you forget the bill. Now, you don't know the price of the orange and you don't know the price of the grapes. Would you be able to figure out what the orange costs? So here what? I'm gonna run through the scenario again. You went in a grocery, right? You buy oranges and you buy grapes. You know it come up to $15. But you don't know the individual cost of the orange or the grapes. So would you be able to figure out anything? Yeah or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No. No, I can't figure out. I would have to guess. Again, here's the premise, right? You buy any okay, you went to the market, or you went to the market, you bought oranges and grapes, you lost the bill, you didn't even get bills in the market. What's saying? You went to the market, you buy oranges and grapes, right? You come home and you know it costs $15, but you forget the individual prices. Do you have enough information to confidently figure out how much the oranges cost?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. Let me guess a different scenario, right? Let me just say you come home and you remember that the grapes cost you $10. The grapes cost you $10. Would I now be able to figure out the price of the oranges?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How much the oranges would cost them?
5.
5. And I was only able to figure this out because now I have how much unknowns. Okay, so generally speaking, okay, I want y'all to think. Do you think our unknown is something we know or something we don't know?
Something we
So
don't
we
know.
don't know.
Right, in this scenario here at the start, did I know the oranges or the grapes?
No.
No.
So how much unknowns is that?
2.
2.
2. You can't solve an equation with 2 unknowns, right? So you need to get rid of one of the unknowns. So if I tell you the grapes cost $10, didn't I just eliminate one of the unknowns? Because you know what the grapes is now, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So how much unknowns do you have in this equation now?
1.
1, which is the?
Oranges.
Exactly. So say it with me again. Can you solve an equation if there are 2 unknowns?
No.
No. What do you need to do?
Find at least one unknown.
Right. You need to eliminate or find at least one of the unknowns. So let me show you how this is go. If only pay attention, this session will be extremely valuable because I'm gonna show you all my hacks for dealing with simultaneous equations. All right. See Anaya there? See Anaya there?
Yes, sir. Sorry, my internet giving some trouble.
Okay. So let's start off with the elimination method. When you hear the word eliminate, what comes to mind?
Feel like getting rid of something.
Aha. Getting rid in the example I just gave earlier, right? If you don't know the price of the oranges or the grapes, can you guess? Okay, can you figure out definitively what costs what?
No, sir.
No, you can't. You can't, right? So the only way you could figure out one of them confidently is if you get rid of one of the unknowns. Anybody ever seen a simultaneous equation video with Shania, Ravi, like, are they not talking about or not? I never see that video. I had made this video. I was trying to tell you real funny. But anyways, in the elimination method, trying to get rid of one of the unknowns. So I could give you a simple example. Here's my advice. If you have the same coefficients, and again, I want you all to think. Imagine I had 5 and I had 5. What sign I should put in the middle to cancel all that? Think I should add 5 and 5 if I want to cancel it off, or do you think I should put 5 minus 5 if I want to cancel it? What do you all think?
5 minus 5.
I just hear in one person. I'm only one person in class. Mikhail, if I want to get 0, right? Would I add 5 and 5 or would I minus 5 and 5?
Minus.
I would minus. So if I have the same coefficients, I should minus. Probably saying, whoa, back up. So what do you mean by that? Coefficients? Where you get that from? What do I mean? I don't know, is that coefficient? Be honest.
Yes, sir.
Be honest, if you don't, that's fine. I'm not judging you. You're here to learn. It would be worse if I stay quiet and I don't learn it though.
Yes, sir.
That would be worse. Anybody can tell me, is that coefficient?
So that's ID number that would be like in front of like X or Y or any other letter.
Correct. And it tells you how much of the variable it has. Let me explain. So here's an example. Consider you had 4x minus y is equal to minus 12, and you had 4x plus 2y is equal to 0. Probably saying, so where's coefficient? Again, watch. Do you see this 4 here in front of the x? Are you seeing that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That
Yes.
4 is a coefficient because it tells us how much of the variable x you have. So how much x's you have here in this example?
4.
4.
4 x's, okay, cool. And again, I hope you understand that when I say coefficient, I just mean the number that's in front of the variable. And it tells me how much of the variable I have. So look at it again. If you had something like ax, what would I call a? A is the what?
Coefficient.
Yeah, a is the coefficient. So if I have the same coefficient, I should do what with the equations?
Minus.
I should minus, that's all. When you look at these two equations, 4x minus y is equal to minus 12 and 4x plus 2y is equal to 0, which unknown could I eliminate there? Which one looks the easiest to eliminate, x or y?
The X.
X. Could anybody tell me why x is really easy to eliminate?
So because we have the same coefficient and variable.
Yep, that's it. People in class, Lyndon, you seeing what I see in here? When you look at 4x and 4x, you seeing that?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, Lyndon, where's the coefficient of x here? Where's the coefficient of x there? Did I catch Lyndon lacking? Lyndon, talk to me. Where's the coefficient of x there?
4.
4, right? Where's the coefficient of x here? Alright, so Lyndon, coefficient is just a number in front of the letter. That's all. So, and the more proper way to say it, it's a number in front of the variable or the unknown. So, Lyndon, what does this say? Talk to me. What does that say? What does that say?
4x.
4x. So, how much x's you have? I don't mean like personal, eh? I don't mean that. I mean like over here. Yeah. What does the statement say? It says what?
4x minus y equals minus 12.
So forget about this for now. This says 4x. So how much x's
Yeah.
are there in the statement? It says 4
4.
x's. 4, yeah. 4 x's. Right? So the coefficient tells you the amount of x's you have. So how much x's you have here?
4.
And how much I have over here?
4.
Are you hearing that? Lyndon say you have one over there, you have one over there. Way boy, Lyndon boy. Ah boy. I joke. But so that again?
Nothing.
Okay. So do we have the same coefficient here and here? Yes or no?
Yeah.
So again, if you have the same coefficient, what should you do? What I'm saying you should do? I promise it in front of you. But what should we do? What should we do? Should we add? Should we minus? Should we cry?
Minus the 2 equation.
Right, minus the two equations. You know why? Here what? Okay, be honest. Were you listening to the scenario I gave with the oranges and the grapes, or no?
You say repeat that.
Were you paying attention when I gave the example of the oranges and the grapes?
I went outside.
All right.
I didn't hear a piece.
Okay. So let me just say I have orange. Let me just say I buy oranges and grapes, right?
Yeah.
And they come up to $15. You
Yeah.
come home now, and you forget the price of the orange, and you forget the price of the grape. How much unknowns you have there?
2.
2. Good. Can you figure out what the oranges cost without guessing? Yeah or no?
What?
So let me just say buy oranges and I buy grapes and I come up to $15. And you figure the oranges and the grapes. You could figure that out without guessing.
You forget the two?
Yeah, you figure the two.
Yeah, you could still figure it out.
No, you can't figure it out. You know how much the grapes actually costed?
No, but yeah.
Let me just say you say the orange costs $11 and let me just say the grapes cost $4. It adding up to give you 15 and all, but do you know it's 11 and do you know that it is 11 and 4?
No.
No. So the problem there, Lyndon, is I have how much unknowns? How much unknowns you have?
Two.
We don't want two unknowns. We do not, well, I should say four. Long story short, we don't want more than one unknown. So Lyndon, here's what. We are trying to eliminate one of the unknowns. When you look at this equation, how much unknowns you see it? If you don't know what I mean by that, tell me. But if you do know, tell me how much unknowns you see it.
Oh,
Now I see him two
no,
unknowns.
two. Two. X and Y.
X and Y. I don't know what X is and I don't know what Y is. So I have two unknowns. People in the Zoom, did you all know that we had two unknowns here? Be honest.
Yes, sir.
I know sometimes when students see this, they might say we have four unknowns and thing. No, it's telling us we have four X's, but that doesn't change the fact that we don't know what X is. X is one unknown and Y is the other unknown. So here what? Let me jump into it. So Lyndon, if I wanted to get rid of 4x and 4x, would I add these two or would I take them away? Logically, you think. I want you to think. Would I add it or take it away?
You would add it and I get 8X.
I want to get rid of it. I want to eliminate it. I don't want 8x, I want 0x. I want to get rid of it.
Let's minus it and you get 0.
Exactly. So that's why I'm saying anytime you have the same coefficients, you'll minus. Why? Because this is called the elimination method. And when you think eliminate, what you think about? Eliminate.
Getting rid of something.
Exactly, getting rid of something. In this case, we're getting rid of
4X by 4X.
we're getting rid of x. That's what we do. We get rid of x. And to get rid of x, you was telling me we should do what with the two equations? Add them or minus them?
Minus
All right, what's 4x minus 4x?
0X.
That's just 0. Because 0 by x is what? What's 0 by x?
0.
Oh, that's 0. Then this is the part that is confused students. Or let's take all the time. We have minus y minus plus 2y. So I'll write it here. We have minus y minus positive 2y. So do you know what that would work out to be or no? This part is confused to us.
Minus 2Y.
Nah, that wouldn't be minus 2y. So look at it again. We have negative y here. And then we have minus plus 2y. So over here, you're multiplying every single term by the negative sign. So what's you can think of it like negative 1 by positive 2. What is a negative by a positive, Lyndon? What's a negative by a positive? Do you know?
Negative.
A negative. So you have the negative y on top. And over here now, you have negative by 2y, which would now become what? What would that become?
Positive.
You have a negative by a positive. Watch. You have a negative by a positive. What's a negative by a positive?
Negative 2.
Negative. So you're going to end up with negative y, negative what?
2. Y.
Give negative 2y. What's that going to give you? Some minus y minus 2y. What's that?
Minus by minus a positive.
Nah. That's when you're multiplying. But you're not multiplying here. You're taking away.
Minus. Let's be minus 2.
Nah. Okay, let me explain it in a way that should make sense. I want you to think of negative as taken. Imagine you take a y over here, and then you took two y's again. How much y's you take? You take a y, and you take two
Yeah.
more y's. How much y's you take altogether?
3.
3y. Good. So minus y minus 2y is really what?
Minus 3. Minus 3, right?
Yeah, minus 3y. That's what it is. I feel like some other real confused when you're not saying anything, you know. So just to reinforce what you learned here, imagine I had negative 2y minus positive 4y. Can anybody tell me what that would be? Minus 2y minus positive 4y. Lyndon, see if you can tell me what that is.
Minus 6. 6y.
That's correct. Minus 6y, right? Because I will write back the minus 2y. When you multiply a negative by a positive, what do you get?
Negative.
A negative. And we spoke about how you should think about this. Imagine you take two y's, and then what do you do next?
Yeah. 4 more. 4 more
You take,
things.
you take 4 more y. So altogether, how much you take?
6y.
Right, so minus 6y. Cool.
Yeah.
Sachin, now is the time. I want you to talk to me. If you're confused, talk to me. I know directed numbers and algebra does give people trouble. So talk to me. Let me know what one. Okay.
That's I get. I understand.
Okay, well, let me make sure.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Wait, who's that? Somebody had a question. Talk to me. Who's that?
Sienna.
Sienna, okay, no problem. Talk to me.
After you minus the 4x and the 4x and you get 0, how you find 3y minus 3y?
Okay, let me explain that back again. I'll check this right. So, something that students don't understand, understandably so. Students think that we only taken away 4x and 4x. No, No, only no. What we actually doing is we taking away 4x minus y is equal to minus 12 from this entire thing. So, Sienna, you're not seeing it, but this negative here actually applies to the 4x, the positive 2y, and the 0. So, here's what's happening, Sienna. You have negative y on top, and then you have negative by positive 2y. What's negative by positive 2y?
Negative 2y?
Right. So you really end up with negative y minus 2y, which is
Minus 3y.
good. So I'll put it working somewhere to the side. So just to ensure that nobody is confused. So probably saying, so how you get this? Again, on top, we had negative y. So we have negative y there. And then we have negative by positive 2y. When everything is said and done, Sienna, what's a negative by a positive?
A negative by positive is a negative.
And here's how I want you to think about this, right? So Sienna, imagine you take a y because it's negative. You know, negative means take away, so you take a y. Imagine you take a y over here, and then you do what? You see in minus 2y, what I mean?
You're taking 2 more y's, so you'll have 3 y's.
Correct, so that's why I say negative 3y. Sachin, to make sure you understand, talk to me. If I had minus 5z minus 2z, what that would be, Sachin?
That'll be positive 7.
Not positive. Talk to me. Why is it positive? Oh, you get
Because
positive. Not just
negative is something.
Nah. You're thinking about multiplying. Over here, we're not multiplying. We're repeatedly minusing. So minus 5z, take away 2z. Talk to me. You see, now anywhere over there that we multiply it, talk to me. Now we did.
You take away.
I only take away. So now that rule is null and void. We're not going to use our rule. That rule only applies if you're multiplying. So if you had something like minus 5z by minus 2z, then, but in that case, it would not be 7 no, it'll be 10, because 5 by 2 is 10, like 10z squared. So take your time. So let me look at this again, right, Sachin? Minus 5z means that you're taking 5z's. And what does this mean?
You're taking 2 more Z's.
How much z's you take altogether?
7.
Exactly. So it'll be, since you take 7 z's, or how do I write that? What sign would I
Yeah.
use?
Negative 7Z.
Good. Negative 7z. If I had minus 5t minus 20t, what that would be, guys? Does anybody know? Sachin,
Minus 25t.
Lyndon, tell us the answer. But Sachin, you know that'll be negative 25t or no? Be honest. Be very
Yes,
honest.
sir.
Okay.
I know that because you're taking 5 more Z's in place of the 20. Give me Z. 5 more T's in place of the 20 Z.
Right. So you're taking 5 t's and then you take 20 t's. So altogether you take 25 t's.
Yeah.
If it was minus 5t plus 20t, you know what that would be?
That's so would that be the same thing?
Nah,
Minus 15t.
that'll be 15t. Let me explain, right? Here how to think about this scenario. Think of positive as you having that. So imagine you had 20 t's and think of negative as you giving away. So you're losing it. So imagine you had 20 t's and you give away 5 t's. How much t's you remain with?
15.
Yeah, 15 t. Directed numbers is real give people trouble with. That's understandable. But hope you understand. So this is negative y, and the negative here on the outside would apply to the positive 2y. Talk to me, guys. Is this negative being added to this 2y or multiplied by the 2y? What do you all think?
Added.
No, multiplied. Watch. Negative by positive 2y is what? What's negative by positive 2y? All right,
That'll
Sachin,
be
in this instance, we multiplying. So what's negative by positive 2y?
negative 2i.
Good. Negative 2y. And we have minus y on top. So altogether, that would be what?
The negative 3i.
Good. All right. And over here, we have minus 12 minus 0. What would that give me, Sienna? What's minus 12 minus 0?
Minus 12, sir.
Yeah, that'll be minus 12. So you're going to end up with minus 3y is equal to minus 12. What next? What by minus 3 would give a minus 12?
4.
Yeah, so 4 is your answer. Of course, if you wanted to work it out using the traditional way, you would have divided both sides by minus 3 because you want to find for y. That would cancel off there, and your final answer would be what for y?
4.
4.
No, minus 4. Okay.
You're probably saying why not negative? Well, we divided both sides by negative 3, and this was negative 12 here. What's a negative divided by a negative, guys?
Positive.
Positive.
Positive, right? So you end up with 12 over 3. Now, when you look at the initial question, was y the only unknown? Yes or no? Talk to me, guys.
No, sir.
Wait, here was the question. When you look at the question, right, how much unknowns were there?
2.
2. Which unknown
2.
did we find for? Which unknown did we find for?
Why?
Y.
We actually found for y. So which one do we still need to figure out for?
X.
X.
We still need to figure out for x. I'm not sure if you all remember the example with the oranges and the grapes, right? But here's something to know. If I know that the grapes costed $10, what would the orange be then?
$5.
$5.
Exactly.
minus 10.
So I know all this seeing X and Y and all they holding on their head and being like, nah, boy, I can't do this. But it's the same example. Over here, we just find for what?
Y.
Y.
We just find for Y. So you know what I could do? I could plug it into one of these equations and find for
X.
yes. This is another thing students don't understand. Did you all know that it doesn't matter which one you plug this into? Did you all know that or no? It does not matter. You could plug it into either one of those equations and you'll get the same answer. You will get the, and I'll show you because you know seeing is believing. So pick, and if this helps, we could label this equation 1 and we could label this equation 2. I'll give you all a chance to copy this down just now. Pick one of the equations and substitute y is equal to 4 and find for what? Find for what? And find for what?
And for x?
Good. Lyndon, pick equation. Which equation you want me to pick? 1 or 2?
1.
1? Okay. Anywhere I see y, what am I going to write instead?
X.
Nah. Tell me, Lyndon, what did we find y to be? What do we know y is
4.
now?
4.
Right. So if I know y is 4, that gets rid of one of the unknowns. Because now I know what y is. Right?
Yeah.
So I know y is 4. So anywhere I see y, what am I going to write instead?
4.
Because I know that y is
4.
good. So I'll say 4x. You tell me what to write. This is equation 1 I'm using here. So equation 1 was 4x minus y is equal to minus 12. So in the next line, what would I write?
4x minus 4
Yeah.
equals minus 12.
Right. Anybody can tell me what we're trying to find for over here? Fanny, could you tell me what we're trying to find for in this equation?
X.
X. So what would I do if I'm trying to find for x?
You carry across the x.
No, I wouldn't carry across the x.
You multiple like terms on the same side?
Right. So here's how I want you to think about this. If we are trying to find for x, then we want to isolate x. We want x to be the only thing wherever it is. So where's x right now, guys? Where's the x term? On the left-hand side of the equal sign or the right-hand side of the equal sign?
Left one.
Right. So here what? Let me try to isolate x. Now, the 4 and the x in a relationship, right? Yeah. Don't worry about this for now. The point is you want to isolate the x terms on one side. What is a term here on the left-hand side that doesn't have an x in it? Which term over here don't have an x in it?
Minus 4.
The minus 4. So what I should do is I should add 4 on both sides, or you could just think of it as moving across the negative 4. If I were to move across the negative 4, it comes like I'm adding 4 on both sides. So when it moves across the equal sign, it's going to turn to what?
Positive.
Positive 4. Good. All right. So what is minus 12 plus 4, guys? So imagine it takes 12.
8.
Yes. Minus 8. Imagine you took 12 of something and you gave back 4. How much is still owing the person? So you can take $12 and you pay back 4. How much is still owing them?
Minus 8.
8, right? Cool. What's the next steps here, no? I'm trying to find for 1x now. So I have 4 x's. I'm trying to find for 1. What do I do next?
So you divide both sides by 4.
I will divide both sides by 4. That's correct. What is a negative divided by a positive?
A negative.
Right? So what is negative 8 over 4?
Negative 2.
Negative 2, yeah? So your answers are x is equal to negative 2 and y is equal to 4. They're probably saying, I don't believe this man, you know. How I know that's true? Well, I'm going to blow all your mind. If you solve an equation properly, you're supposed to do what to the equation? Like when you plug it in, it's supposed to do what to the equation? Anybody knows? They say this a lot. That's what S. It's supposed to do what to the equation?
Satisfy.
It's supposed to satisfy the equation. So if I am
Satisfy.
correct, so I have a question, right? Nikhil, if I am correct, when I plug in the value for x and I plug in the value for y, what is this entire thing supposed to be equal to if we are correct?
Negative 12.
You want to see if that's true?
Sure.
Let me do that. Let me see if that's true. You believe in the maths?
Yeah.
Hey boy. That's the most unsure yes I ever hear, boy. Alright. So what we find x to be? Remind me, what we find x to be?
Negative 2.
Minus
I
2.
got it. So I can replace x with minus 2. I hope let's see I did that. I just replace x with minus 2. Because you know that's what we find it to be. And what was y?
4.
Right? So I can just write minus 4. And if we are correct, what are supposed to be equal to?
Negative 12.
12.
Let me see. Where's 4 by negative 2?
Negative 8.
That's negative 8. What's minus 8 minus 4?
Negative 12.
Bam. Absolute cinema. Okay, see what I mean, right? Like the left hand side is equal to the,
Right hand side.
and if you didn't know, that is what satisfy means. Satisfy means we want the left hand side to be equal to the right hand side. And this is how you could check to see if your answer is correct. Now, let's quickly see if it satisfies the other equation. The other equation is 4x plus 2y is equal to 0. So when I substitute x and y, what am I supposed to get if I'm correct?
0.
I'm supposed to get 0. You trust any maths now, Nikhil? Or not?
I do.
That's good. That's good. Let me see if that's true. So what did we find x to be? What was x?
Negative
Minus
2.
2.
X is minus 2. And we find y to be.
4.
4.
And if we're correct, we're supposed to get 0. Let me see. What's 4 by negative 2?
Negative 8.
What's 2 by 4?
Positive 8.
What's minus 8 plus 8?
0.
And 0 is equal to 0?
Yes, sir.
Right. Cool. Sienna, are you okay with how to check to see if your answer is correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now here's the thing again. What our students don't know. You could pick anyone, you know. You could pick anyone. To find for x, which equation did we use? To find for x, which equation did we use?
1.
We use 1. You think it'd be any different if I use 2? If you don't know, that's fine. If you don't know, that's fine. Lyndon, you think it might be a bit different?
Maybe.
Well, let me see. So equation 2, that was 4x plus 2y is equal to 0. Now, Lyndon, wouldn't it be a little cool, a little crazy if I use I use that different equation and I get the same answer? Wouldn't that be a little bit crazy?
Yes.
Because like I mean, this looking like this or they looking different.
Looking different.
So it'll be kind of weird if we get the same answer and we'll be like, what? Oh, I get the same answer. Well, let me see. So from the prior part, we found y to be what? What did we find y to be?
4.
So anywhere I see y, what am I gonna write instead?
4.
Good, because we know what y is this time. We finally find for y. Cool. What are we going to do next? Kamal.
Oh, yes.
Alan, talk to
So
me.
that's so we must see the next part of the question. Then you get a little help from now on.
No, it's fine. Like you can figure this out. You can figure this out. Here, what, right? You have 4 by x. You can't really do anything with that. So I write it back. I write back 4x. Then I have plus what?
2.
What does this mean? Talk to me. What does this mean?
2 by 4.
2 by 4. Is that something you could simplify?
Yeah.
So what can I replace 2 by 4 with?
8.
8, yeah. And now be equal to what?
0.
Now here what? We are trying to find for x. So we want x to be the only term wherever it is. So x is on the which side there?
Left hand side.
Right. So x is on the left hand side. You want that to be the only thing there. Is it the only thing here?
No.
Now what we have in addition to x?
8.
8. So you're gonna take the 8 and do what with it?
Carry it across on the right hand side and it'll be a -8.
Good. So that's gonna become 4x is equal to -8. And what next?
You have to divide it 2 by 4.
You have to divide both sides by 4 because you want to find for x. You have to cancel that 4. Why? Because you want to find for x. And
Yeah.
what are you gonna get?
0.
Where's negative
And
8 over?
this one. -8 divided by 4.
Yeah. So let me show you how you're gonna do that, right? Figure out what the negative sign for now. Where's 8 over 4? How much times 4 could go into 8?
2.
2. Right? So you're gonna get 2. And then you have a negative divided by a positive. What's a negative divided by a positive?
Negative divided by negative. So it'll be -2.
Whoa, isn't that the same answer I got here? It's kind of
Yeah.
crazy. It's kind of crazy, right? Maths is actually kind of cool sometimes. Sometimes it's making head hurt something, yeah, but it's kind of interesting that these two are completely different. Like any same answer. Yeah. So cool. So I'm gonna run through this whole thing because I know someone are confused. So in simultaneous equations, there's the elimination method and there's the substitution method. For CSEC maths, the elimination method is the easiest route. And what does it mean? I don't just want to hear myself talking, right? I want to hear they talking. When you hear the word eliminate, what do I mean? What does eliminate mean? Eliminate. What do I mean?
Rid of something.
Lyndon is not the only person in class. Vani, when I said eliminate, what do I mean? Eliminate, what do I mean?
Like to remove or get rid of.
Exactly. If I have two unknowns, I could figure out anything.
No, sir.
Do I want to have two unknowns or do I pressure?
That's pressure.
I pressure, right? Fellas, here what I see. None of I ever had two unknowns. And we're moving into controversial territory, but what I'm trying to say is one is enough. One is enough. Take a lesson with you moving forward in life. You know? Yeah. But anyways, two unknowns is pressure. You don't want that. One is enough. So as the name suggests, eliminate means that you want to get rid of one of the unknown. You don't want to have two unknowns at the same time. Right, fellas? Yeah? Lyndon?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. If your parents here in this, they'll probably be like, what Lyndon has been doing, boy? Probably wondering why talking about. But anyways, we want to get rid of one of the unknowns. If you have the same amount, okay, if you have the same coefficient, The easiest thing to do is minus the two equations. Why? Okay, imagine you had 7 and 7. If you had 7 and 7, what would I put in the middle there to get rid of it? To get 0? Anybody can tell me? If I had 7 and 7, what would I put? Upon minus sign, and yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Anybody can tell me what's the name of this? This 9 in front of the y, where's that?
Coefficient.
Coefficient.
That's a coefficient, yeah. That's a coefficient. Cool. So look at this system of linear equations, right? We have 4x minus y is equal to minus 12, and we have 4x plus 2y is equal to 0. Cool, that's what we have. Now, when you look at these two equations, do they have the same coefficient for the same variable?
Yes, sir.
That probably sound like gibberish. So I'll break it down for you. Coefficient. Check. Is it the same variable?
Yeah.
Check.
Yes, sir.
So if I want to get rid of it, what would I do with it? Would I add the 2 or minus?
Minus.
Add minus. Because what is 4x minus 4x?
0.
0.
0. See, Anna, you following?
Yes.
Good. So 4x minus 4x is 0. Cool. We get rid of x. Nice. Now, see, Anna, I want you to explain this part for me. This is the part where students will get really confused. Try to explain how I get negative 3y for me.
So you get negative 3y because when it was minus, then you put the negative sign by equation 2, and then you'd multiply the negative by 4x and then negative by positive 2y, and then you would get, well, they already take away 4x from 4x, so just be 2y you have to get rid of. So it would be minus y, and then negative by a positive is a negative, so it would be minus y minus 2y, and when you get that, it will be minus 3y.
Cool. That's good. And over here now,
So if you minus 12 from 0, it would just be minus 12.
it means to say if I minus 0 from minus 12. But that's fine. I trust I understand it. So we have minus 3y is equal to minus 12. From here, we could easily solve for what? Which variable? Or we should say which unknown. Which unknown could we easily find for over here now?
Y.
You could find for y. I mean, you could look at this and see the answer, you know. Minus 3 by what will give you minus 12? What by minus 3 will give you minus 12?
4.
Yeah, so you can see the answer is for one time. Let's see what we're talking about, right? Minus 3 by what will give you minus 12? Anybody knows? Minus 3 by what?
By 4.
4.
By 4. Yeah, that's the answer. Of course, if you want to divide, that's not a problem. You divide both sides by 3. What's saying? You divide both sides by minus 3, right? Because it was minus 3. You want to cancel it off to find for y, and you'll get 4. So we have y. Sienna, what's the next step? I have y. What's the next step?
So now you would substitute y into any of the equations to try to find x.
Cool. So anywhere you see y, I would now replace it for?
With 4, yeah.
Good. So if I use equation 1 and you work it out, you get negative 2. Of course, if you use equation 2, you're going to get the same answer, negative 2. If I wanted to check if my answer is correct, how would I do that?
You would plug in with the unknowns that you find going to the equation, and it's supposed to satisfy the equations. It's supposed to be the same thing on the other
Good.
side. So you're supposed to get minus 12 and 0 if you plug it in.
Excellent. Next thing. Do you know what this would look like graphically on a graph? Does anybody know what type of equation this is? Would you say it's a quadratic, a linear?
So would it be a linear because it's like mx plus c?
It would be a linear equation. It would be a linear equation. How much of you all were able to recognize that this is a line? This is the equation of a line. If you were not able to recognize that, that's fine, but I'm curious. How much of you all were able to recognize it? I'd probably say, how sir know there's a line, boy? Oh, do you know what is the form of a line? The equation of a line? Does anybody know?
mx plus c.
Y is equal to mx plus c, right? Now, generally speaking, if you don't see a square by the x, typically it's a linear equation, right? Are you all seeing x squared or something? No, I'm not seeing that. So this is a line, right? This is if both of these are lines. What I'm trying to say is graphically, the solution is represented as a point of intersection. You'll probably hear me say that, right? Anytime you solve a pair of anytime you solve a pair of equations simultaneously, what you're really solving for is the point of intersection, which is what I'll show you now. Question, guys. When we solve for x and y, what was the value for x we got? What did we get for x? Anybody?
-2.
And what was the y value we got?
4.
So what I'm trying to get at, and again, here what I'm saying, anytime you solve a system of equations, what you're really finding for is the point of intersection graphically. So if I were to graph these two lines, they would intersect at what point? Could anybody figure out in class? What point do you think these two lines will intersect at? Does anybody know?
Oh, -2.
Not quite. It'll be -2 comma 4 because remember x comma y. It's always x comma y. And you know what it says? Seeing is what? Seeing is right. Seeing is believing. Don't just take my word for it. Let me see. Let me see if that's the case. Are you trusting the maths? Why the vibes so dead, boy? Nikki, are you trusting the maths or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So when I put in those two equations, I'm expecting them to intersect each other at what point?
-2, 4.
Let me ask you a question. Did we sketch a graph once? When we were doing this question, did we sketch a graph once?
No.
No. So it would be pretty crazy if we get the correct answer without drawing a single thing. Let me see. When I tap this over here, what's supposed to be seeing? When I tap that, the point of intersection, what's supposed to be seeing? What's supposed to see?
-2, 4.
Wait, sir. Did I put this in wrong? Did we do some? Oh, or just supposed to be anybody can figure out the mistake I make?
2y.
2.
It's supposed to be 2,
First
right?
thing.
Ah, yeah. So again, when I tap that point, what's supposed to see? I didn't make any mistakes this time. When I tap it, what's supposed to see?
-2 and 4.
Bam. So that's what you're really doing. Anytime you solve a system of equations, you're really finding for the points of intersection between the graphs. And that's what you're really doing. So I'll take a screenshot of this and put it in the notes so you understand what the heck's happening. Because I know in school, it doesn't get to see half of these things. Like you could just do it and you wouldn't know like what this mean, what is here. So I want somebody to tell me this. Anytime you solve a pair of equations simultaneously, you're really finding for the what? Graphically, you're really finding for the what?
Point of intersection.
Intersection.
That is what you're really doing, right? You're really looking for the point of intersection. Anytime you solve a pair of equations. You see this point over here, what you just call it?
Point of intersection.
Right. Yeah, but I'm not feeling satisfied. I feel like we should do another one. Right? I feel like someone is still real confused. And I don't want that. I do not want that. So here what? Let me get some takeaways, right? If the coefficients are the same, what do you think we should do? Somebody tell me. The coefficients of the same.
Minus.
Yeah, minus.
Minus. Cool. Cool. We minus. Nice. Nice. I need a volunteer to help me with this question. Any volunteers? I'm not gonna put on the question. I want somebody to volunteer before I write the question. No, in hindsight, that sounds like a trap. But it's not a trap, I promise. Any volunteers? I will say Sienna what a volunteer boy. Seeing that Sienna what the hell. Sienna saying quiet. Who feels Sienna should help me with the question?
I'll do it.
Okay, she volunteers. Totally not by totally on her own. Totally. Don't worry, Sienna, you'll get through. It's not hard. And you know what to do, right? If it's the same coefficient, what you gonna do?
With minus.
Good. So, when you look at this question, are the x coefficients the same?
No, sir.
What else I should look at next?
The y coefficient.
Can anybody in class tell me what the coefficient of y is in this question? Anybody?
4.
Okay, all you learning. That's good. 4. Big up on yourself. It is 4. Nice. So, Sienna, what do you think I should do here? Which one do you think I should eliminate? X or y?
Y.
I should get rid of y. Or y, boy? What y do?
Because that is coefficient.
Same coefficient. So I'm gonna minus, right? Please take your time. I don't want you to make any mistakes here. I know you can get this in one shot. So I'm gonna minus. So what is this one gonna work out to be here? What am I gonna write here?
3x.
Good. Could anybody tell me why Sienna said 3x over here? Anybody in class? Why did Sienna say 3x over there? I want somebody to tell me why. Why did she say that?
6 minus 3 is 3.
Cool, I'll take that. Yeah. Lindonian proven boy, I like that. I like that. Alright, in the next class, I'll call a different bunch of people. Well, I might see you later Saturday or Sunday. We're gonna vibes, we're gonna do some maths. Yeah. What really happened in here is you have 6x minus 3x. So, let me just say, Romano had 6 x's and Nikolai take 3 of the x's. How much x's Romano remain with now?
3.
3.
Right. Nikolai dread, yes. Over here now, you have 4y minus 4y. What happened there, Sienna?
So you multiply the minus by the 4, so it'll be minus 4y, so it'll be positive 4y minus 4y.
What happened there? Where's 4y minus 4y?
It'll be y, 0, y. Just y.
Wait, take your time. If I were to write y, then that would imply it's 1y.
Oh, so it wouldn't be anything.
Exactly. Let me ask you guys this, right? If I had 4y and I take away 4y, how much y's am I going to remain with?
0.
0y. Now, Sienna, 0y is what? What's 0y? 0y anything is what?
0 by anything is 0.
Right, so by minusing here, what's going to happen with the 4y's? 4y and the 4y.
It's just gonna be, it's not gonna have anything.
Not going to have anything. So you can just say plus 0. You sure you understand that or no?
Yes, sir, I understand. I just get mixed up with like the Y part.
That's not a problem. Watch. If you want, you could say 0y. Think about it. Imagine you had 4y's and you take away 4y's. How much y's you remain with?
And so make my son still at 0.
It would be 0y. So 0. Right? You understand? And what about over here now? What I write there?
Be 62 minus 47, which should be 15.
15? Cool. So now, which unknown could I easily find for?
X.
Find for x. So 3x plus 0, I don't have to put plus 0, that is nothing. So I could just say 3x is equal to 15. 3 by what is 15? Let me ask everybody. Guys, 3 by what is 15?
5.
So what's your answer for x?
5.
5.
Of course, if you wanted, you could have divided both sides by 3. If I were to divide both sides by 3, I'll see that my answer is... What's my answer, guys?
5.
5.
Right.
Bam. So, Sienna, you're fine for x. Congratulations. Are we done?
No, sir, you have to find for Y.
What you want to do to find for what?
You're going to substitute into the equation.
Which equation you want to plug it into? Equation 1 or equation 2?
Equation 1.
Does it matter which one I plug it into?
No, sir, it's going to be BC.
Right, it doesn't matter. But you said you only plug it into equation 1?
Yeah.
So anywhere I see x, what would I write?
You write 5, so it'll be 6 in brackets 5 plus 4y is equal to 62.
Cool. What's 6? Well, let me ask Lyndon. Lyndon is the man to access. Lyndon, what will do next?
Wait, wait. Okay.
Talk to me. What will I do next? Have anything I could simplify? Anything I could work out before I move on?
Be 6 by 5.
Yeah, where's 6 by 5?
6 by 30. 30 plus 4y equals 62.
Right? Sienna, finish it up. What next, Sienna?
So you'll move across. You want to make 4y the subject. So you'll move across 30 to the other side. So it'll be 62 minus 30 because you're going over the equal sign. So you have to switch the signs. So then it'll be 62 minus 30 is 32. So it'll be 4y is equal to 32. And then you divide by 4 on the side.
So what's y?
You'll get y is equal to 8.
So if I were to ask you what the point of intersection would be between these two lines here,
It would be 5, 8.
and you know what it says, seeing is? Give me a second. Give me a second. Yeah, so the point of intersection is?
It would be,
5 of 8.
yeah, it would be 5, 8.
Yeah, b5, 8. That's it. And like I said, don't just take my word for it. Let we actually see now. So I'm saying 5, 8, right? 5, 8. So if I plug 5, 8 into any of these equations, it's supposed to do what to the equations? Does anybody remember?
Satisfy.
Satisfied.
Right, and when I plug it into this graphing app, it's supposed to intersect where?
5, 8.
Let me see. So I'm going to say 6x plus 4y equals 62. And then I'm going to say 3x plus 4y equals 47. Now, when I press the pointer intersection, what am I supposed to get?
5.8.
Bam. Cool. 5,8. Now, I'm not going to do the other case today, but of course, if you have the same coefficient with minus in, if you have the opposite coefficient, what you should do?
Use
Well, let me say it again, right? If you have the same coefficient, you minus. So if you have the opposite coefficient, you what?
Add.
Cool.
add.
You add. So here, I know what you're going to tell me. So, where the homework? You send homework? So I'm going to give all the homework now. Right? I know how well it is we moving. Why? Because as we moving the same way. Right? So let me make sure I send it now. So you all will know that you had homework. Sienna, you especially, I want to make sure I get this homework from you. Calling you out. And they wanted help with this.
Yes, sir.
You could get how much help in the world, but if you don't go and practice, like it kind of pointless. So
Yes.
whatever all you understand today, please practice it. Otherwise, like it literally pointless. Like there's no point. Quick share. One moment. One moment, guys. Fanny, out of here more. Hardly hear any Fanny. Hardly.
My bad, sir.
Yeah.
Next class.
And who are in here today, boy? I didn't really hear Jashon much. Jashon, I didn't hear from him more often. I didn't really hear Jashon. I see in Nico. Videsh, I hardly hear Videsh. So I hear Videsh more. Jashon, Videsh, Sachin. Yeah, I want to hear you guys more. And Sheena, Vanessa. Come on, guys. I want to hear all you. Right? Sheena,
Late.
I'm pretty sure you know how to do all of these things already. So, it's fine. I know you're real proactive and you're work on things. Yeah. Everything okay, Sheena? Like everything okay these days, other than you being sick? And it was you that told me you're sick? Can't hear Sheena. So I hope Sheena recovers. Right, this is the homework. Let me give you all some questions in particular. So we would have looked at this question already. We would have looked at this question already. So obviously I'm not gonna kill all of homework. But I will give you all some good ones. Try this one. Try this one. I want you to try this one. Just 3. That's all. Just try 3. If you want, take a screenshot of it now so you don't forget that you have homework. Yeah. All right. Everybody, okay with the homework they have to do, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. So yeah, everybody. Well, you have a blessed night. Take care. Much love. Later.
You too, sir. Bye.
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 Good week.
Bye.